Okay, good day everyone. My name is Zainab Omara from Nation Building Academy. So last week we talked about nation building. Now we talk about everything on nation building with the definition of nation building. So today we'll be looking at the pyramid of nation building, and what I have here is at the apex I have God, then good leadership, shared vision and innovation. So I've always been vocal about God when it comes to nation building, because without God you can't build anything, and even if peradventure you eventually build it, you would see that there are some storms of life that you can't maneuver without the power of God. There are some things you can't maneuver. There are some situations you get into that you cannot overcome without God being at the apex of it. So that is why I've always been vocal about God and the power of God in anything you want to build, in anything you want to do. So that is why I have God at the apex of nation building. Now God is seen as a father, as this father in heaven that provides these moral standards for us to work with. So he has this standard, he has systems for us to follow up with, and also his laws for us to follow up with. So it's these laws that will direct us and shape our actions in doing anything in life. Now the second one I have here is good leadership. Without a good leadership, you can't build a nation. I said that last week, that a leader is different from a ruler. So without good leadership, you can't build a nation. You cannot build a nation. A leader is different from a ruler. So leadership, there's some characteristics that they emanate that is different from a ruler. So a leader is very conscious and is very productive. Yeah, he's very productive. That's the word. So a good leader is quite different. And in building a nation, a good leader is required in building a nation, because leadership is not all about power. It's not about power, but it's about setting standards and building systems that people will follow. Now, for you to be able to lead a nation, first of all, you need to be able to lead yourself first. You need to be able to lead yourself. You need to have this characteristic that you can lead yourself, and it has to be evident when leading yourself that people will see you and say, wow, I like the way this guy is living his life. I like the kind of energy this man is emanating. Now is when you can build yourself, that is when you can actually build a nation. And you have to build systems that people will follow up with and people will work with, and people will subscribe to your value system. And you need to be vocal about this. You need to be vocal about it, that people must follow, create systems that this is this, and people must follow these systems in doing whatever you want to do. So also you need to understand mentorship. You need to understand mentor people, mentor them, because mentorship transforms an organization. Mentorship transforms an organization, and you need to mentor people for them to follow up, subscribe to your value system, and let them follow up and do whatever you want them to do. So that is a characteristic of a good leadership. And the third one I have here is shared vision and purpose. So a nation must have a compelling vision. A nation must have a compelling vision that this is what we want to do, this is what we want to achieve, and we need to do this thing. We need to come together and do this thing. We need to put hands together and achieve this thing. So I need to work hand in hand to foster the development of a nation. You need to work. So as a leader, your responsibility is to bring people and show them this is what we want to do. Now when you give individuals, when you give them responsibility, and when you show them that they have a part to play in building a nation, that is when anything they do, they will not be self-centered, but they will have this vision that I am important and I play a part in building a nation. That is when they will not be self-centered, and rather they will come and play as they will come, and whatever they do, they will do it as they will bring hands together and build whatever they want to build together. Also, everybody has a role to play, like I said, and this emphasized in Dharma. There's a religion, Hinduism. So in Dharma, them has to do with duties. Now, this emphasizes that everybody has a duty to play. Individuals have a duty to play. We do not just come to this world and come and be slaves or do anything. We have a duty, we have a responsibility to take up and follow up with. So everybody has this duty to play. And when you understand that you have a duty to play, that is when you can give your all and all. And you can surrender, and you can be positive about anything that happens. So in this Dharma, you give your duty, you come with the ideology that I have a duty to play, I have a role to play in this world. And if I don't play this role, there will be a loophole in anything that is happening. There will be a loophole in anything that is happening. And also, if you understand, I know you'll be familiar with the name Plato. So Plato was someone that understands this nation building. Plato is someone that understands. In fact, in his statement, he said that when philosophers are king, that is when a nation can move forward. When philosophers are king, that is when you can build a nation and you can say this is actually a nation. So this philosopher here is not someone that necessarily passed through the 4 walls of the university and studied philosophy, but it's someone that understood it, that understood nation building, and someone that is critical when it comes to thinking, someone that can provide a solution, someone that can be innovative. We will come to that innovation because innovation has to be it's one of the pyramid of nation building. So someone that is innovative and that can think critically. So that's what it means here. When philosophers are king, that is when the nation can move forward. Also, he also posits, he said that there is a tripartite system when it comes to nation. He said the nation has 3 divisions. So he said the first one is the rulers, the second one the warriors, and the last one the traders and the farmers. So when it comes to the rulers, these are the people who give orders and rule in a nation, overseeing the affairs of the nation. They are the one at the apex. They are the one that give control and give orders to people. And the second one, the warriors, these are people that defend, that fight for the state when faced with external influences or fighting. So these are the people that stand for the nations and fight the nation when faced with any form of forces. Yeah. And the last one we have here is farmers and workers. So these farmers and workers, their parts, the parts they have to play is just to develop the nation's economy. So what they do is they provide for the nation, they work and provide for the nation, developing the nation economy, and they are responsible for providing for the nation and helping the nation to grow economically. So the last one I have here is innovation and productivity. So for you to build a nation and call it a nation, it is when the leaders and the rulers there and the people there are productive and are innovative. Now, innovation has to do with you building something, bringing up something new, something productive, being productive and building up something new. So to be a powerful nation, you have to embrace productivity. You have to embrace productivity and give values. You have to embrace productivity and give value. So when you give value to people, that is when you can grow your nation economically. That's when people can come and subscribe to your value and buy and purchase whatever you are giving out. So you have to be critical. You have to be critical in your thinking. Now, China is a very powerful nation because they are very productive and they are very innovative. They are very productive and are innovative in anything they are doing. So that is why they are powerful. They are very powerful. So with that, I'll be stopping here. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, and sharing our videos. Have a wonderful day.